I also know a big part of Tariq's existence is that in Roots world, everyone knows Ahmir, but no one knows Tariq. Kind of the ways where we're opposite is last night I went to bed at 4:20 a.m. I'm certain you were probably up at 3 a.m. What is your morning routine?
I usually go to bed around 9 or 9:30.
Who does that?
Well,
like you're not in third grade.
But I got a son who's in second grade.
Yeah.
And he be wearing me out.
Oh, so
so it's
you gotta
like,
live your kids' lives.
First and foremost, I have to be awake for as many consistent hours as possible just to police his sugar intake.
Ooh.
If Tariq wakes up at 6 a.m. and we don't wake up till 8, there's been 2 hours where he could just roll through the crib, grabbing snacks, stashing shit, eating, candy for breakfast, and then I wake up at 8. And then
that's a real shit.
Yeah, super real. Yeah. So, so there's that. There's also, if there's anything, if you talked about me wanting to watch The Guild, if there's anything that I like to watch or that I want to read or work on or listen to, it has to happen before the house is up. So it works out that I'm in bed right after, when Tariq goes to sleep at 9:30, I go to bed, but then I wake up at like 4:35 and then I'm good and everybody else is asleep and I have an hour and a half to 2 hours, to do whatever, right?
What time do they wake up?
They wake up at 7. They wake up at 7, and it's wild because that gives me anxiety. Laiya has a 7:20 train to make it to school in New York City, and she gets up at 7 o'clock, and she has to walk the dog and be at the train. And I'm like, yo, how are you doing this? But she makes it happen. She makes it happen.
My kids do not make that happen.
Yeah, she makes it happen. Nope. Michelle gets up at 7, and Tariq gets to school every day at the absolute latest that he can arrive. You know what I'm saying?
I know you're big on food. Are you the food person in the house?
I am. Yeah, I cook. I do all the grocery shopping, and I cook almost 80-90% of the grocery shopping, and I cook 80-90% of the meals. But yeah, also in the morning, I do that Joe Dispenza 25-minute morning meditation.
Okay.
I knock that out.
Workout? What's your physical?
Sometimes I work out, you know what I mean? Like when I'm in a workout period, I work out.
This Thanksgiving.
I don't even know
right.
Right.
If that's the vibe, then I work
December,
out.
Nigga, it's nothing.
Because you're looking good.
When I was fresh off the LL tour,
yeah,
you know what I mean, and I found out that Ahmir's trainer happened to live 10 minutes from my crib, and we had gotten close on the road. It was like, yeah, cool, let's work out. You know what I mean? I did it for a solid month after we got off the road, and then we trickled off. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's Thanksgiving, but yeah, I'll be back. January, no doubt.
Right.
Yeah, January, no doubt.
When is your I want to ask, when in terms of your writing, like writing songs, writing rhymes, how often do you write, and what does writer's block look like for you?
I write as soon as I get home from work at night. I eat dinner, and then I go into my office and I write. I either try to read for at least an hour or write for at least an hour before I come back to, because my office is over the garage. So it's almost like I come in the crib, I have dinner, and then they say, oh, you leaving us? You know what I mean? Then I'm out. It's like I go across the driveway and then I work, some more. And I do the same thing in the morning.
I want to ask about this Andre 3000 quote that he recently said. I was just talking about this with Phonte too, where he said that at this age, he's not doing hip hop because what does he have to talk about? Like going to get a colonoscopy.
What rhymes with colonoscopy though?
I don't really get writer's block like that. I'm always able to come up with something just because of the amount of, constant information, like the intake, there's content being projected at me, at every turn. You know what I'm saying? I drive in, I'm listening to PRX, which is all 20-minute chunks of storytelling, which is dope because it gets me into just being a more efficient storyteller. I listen to NPR if I want to hear something in long form. I listen to Urban View for, what I mean, black people politics. And that's it. Like, if I don't get no bars off of that, it's like, that's right. You know what I mean? The Black Eagle, Joe Madison. You know what I mean? But that's the type shit, that's where the bars come from, whether I agree with it or not. You know what I mean? It's always a springboard, into a thing.
Are you writing, to beats, or you just writing
Sometimes I'm writing not to beats, but it's more exciting for me to write to beats. I got a batch of joints from Madlib, for example. Like, maybe 2-3 weeks ago, he hit me. He was like, yo, Monday, I'm going to start bombarding you with joints. Boom, Monday rolled around. He sent me like 100 beats.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And then I got the
That's a
beats,
very
and it was like
Madlib
I narrowed it down to like 18, and I started, vibing to those joints. But yeah, it's exciting now for me, like to come home and like dig through that sort of that collection. I went to LA. We had a couple sessions in LA over the weekend. I came back, so that's sort of what I've been like chipping away at. But
When
yeah,
you say we had, is that like the Roots had?
Nah, it's
okay.
like
Madlib.
I just wanted to. Okay, I just wanted to slide that in.
I went to LA to do a book event at USC, but I'm gonna always, the studio is my church. Like that's where I feel most at home. So if there's any possibility for me to go and sit in the studio someplace and hear music and chill and smoke and be social, whether I'm actually actively working on the thing or not, then that's what I'm gonna opt for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I went out there, I did my book thing, and then I went into the studio. I was in the studio with Madlib.